Hello and welcome back to Scholastically Natalie, where we're trying something a little bit new with some background music. Woo! So, a little bit ago I told you about my DM's campaign where we're involving the Underdark, and I've been given free reign to make up strange eldritch abominations that live in the Underdark that I can casually mention in conversation because my character has low charisma and intelligence. Does she have low charisma? I can't remember now. So I figured we could work on it together, and if you have any super great suggestions, I'd love to know. So we already have the famous seven-mouthed rats that I introduced in the other session after he described them. And I think we'll get in the carnivorous shrub. Splits in half to try to consume you with large mouth and teeth. And then I think another good one will be I don't know, this is a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Let's do a chameleon snake. Poisonous, of course. I would say maybe it causes paralysis, so that the prey can be swallowed whole. Much like great white sharks. They don't stop growing unless they're killed. Or starved to death. Let's see. How about, well, let's see, tunnel keepers. Let's see, large lion-like beasts that often pretend to be carved statues, like stone lion dogs. But whom will fall upon the wrong person trying entry and eat or maim them. They can be tamed, and some of the higher drow use them as guards for their estates. See, we have steeders, stoiders. The steeders' even more unfriendly cousin. This one is modeled after a daddy long legs, but its fangs are long enough to reach the prey. The most venomous and rare of the steeder breeds. Hunted to near extinction its venom. If found and tamed, they are ideal mounts with their freakishly long legs, perfect for eating up the miles and jumping. My DM's not even gonna know what to do with me. So let's see, what are other large things that can lurk in the depths of the Underdark? Let's see, how about we do fairy fog? Fairies are horrifying above-ground creatures, of course. So if this is named after them, it's especially heinous. This fog glimmers faintly in the marshes. It forms above. And once someone enters its range, they become immediately woozy, often start to hallucinate, and wander further and further into the marshes. Fairy fog is always paired with marshes that seem alive. They often sprout quicksand or pitfalls right in front of hapless victims to devour them either in pieces or whole. Bats. Unlike above-ground bats, these don't need eyes. In fact, much like bullbat, they are all mouth. They're not furry, and instead secrete a strange, numbing slime that also acts as an adhesive. They often roost in low-ceilinged caves, hoping to latch on to a steeder or other large animal to keep themselves sustained. The equivalent of leeches. See, I want to make the equivalent of chicken. See, we can do a trapdoor lizard. much like the real life counterpart, trapdoor spiders, these 3 feet to 5 feet long lizards will burrow into stone or moss and lay in wait for prey to cross their threshold. They often burst upon them and clamp their jaws, much like a crocodile, and shake their prey to death. These are the equivalent of chicken, and the more rural of the Underdark residents will hunt for them like some do for catfish, sticking their arms, or in this case, their body, into holes and waiting for something to latch on. Some even farm trapdoor lizards, though their muscle doesn't develop as much, and they're mostly white meat. Brambleberry bush. It looks like a blackberry bush. The instant something living enters within 15 feet, its berries turn into grasping tentacles that grab the intruder and reel them in to be devoured. I really haven't spent too much time reading H.P. Lovecraft, haven't I? No, not 8. I'd like 5-legged more. I've got rats. Yeah, let's do possums. Saber-toothed possums that have stupidly long tails to strangle people with. A delicacy. Yeah, it's not got a page. daisy-like flower that emits an ear-piercing sound when one approaches it. Often, predators use them to find prey. Singing fern. Entrances and draws the unsuspecting to them. If one cannot break free, they will starve to death. Or succumb to their exhaustion. Often, singing ferns are accompanied by the devouring disc. Eternally hungry, insatiable, square foot of pale, see-through flesh that exposes the massive stomach within. It is one of a pack controlled through a small tower that often nestles in singing ferns. It consumes as much as its stomach can hold, then brings it back to sustain its pillar. If left alone, they will propagate, parentheses, asexually, as much as possible and start to unbalance the ecosystem. Devouring discs cannot attack effectively as their mouth is located on their stomach, on their bottom, and they possess no ability to to think for themselves. Their only purpose is to feed. Okay, we got a list. Thanks for chumming along with this rather brief insight into what I'm doing to prep for playing D&D. I'm not running it, I'm just being a nuisance. And getting out on my just exceptionally horrifying things, because the one I'm DMing for, they're in the Feywilds now, so I need Eldritch things that aren't just awful all around. So, I hope you enjoyed this hopefully kind of chill session. If you've got any thoughts for some weird eldritch horrors of the Underdark, feel free to posit them in the comments below. Or just tell me how your Thanksgiving went. I hope it was nice and you didn't have to talk to anybody too unpleasant and you got to be content. I spent far too much money on Black Friday, as I always do, and now I just revel in my spoils of war, like a dragon. So, I will see you guys in the next one. Scholastically Natalie is out.